iwekwe kitu. You can get some water. Na wewe tupige picha. Unajua kuna picha na kamera. Wewe msichana. Tupige picha. Leo nakwambia una huyu ataenda kutingizia kamera design ya mama.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Felix and I welcome you to Kenya News Alert TV. Here with me, I have two prominent leaders from the county of Nairobi. I would like them to introduce themselves, then we proceed. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much for your time. My name is Pius Mugusu. I'm the Nairobi aspiring candidate for a Senate seat for these elections coming 2027, God willing. I'm a resident for Nairobi. I'm asking the residents for Nairobi to start looking on our faces, ask us questions, tell us what they need, and we will tell them what they need to hear. We are contesting this seat, not because we have money, but because we have that calling. We have a calling to serve the Nairobians in equal measures. So we are here today to answer to you some of the questions, some of the issues which are coming up, so that we can also share as leaders of Nairobi County and what we think is the best for our people. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Nyakundi. I'm a Nairobi seasoned politician, going for Gatina Ward as a member of County Assembly. Nairobi is my business, and this is where we call home. So thank you very much, KNA, for your time, and also the viewers who are watching us, both local, that is in Nairobi, that is Kenya, and outside Kenya. We are contented to provide what it takes for Kenyans, especially Kenyans, to understand on the current state of politics. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
In our country, we have been seeing this wave whereby at some point there are some of the individuals who are saying that our leaders, generally leaders that we elected, some of them are failing the people, some of them are performing, some of them are just convincing people that they are working, and the real sense they are not working. You as leaders from this of this nation, what can you say about that?
Maybe you may allow me to thank the Catholic faithfuls for getting a new Pope. I'm also a Catholic, and I'm glad that we have a new Pope after we lost another one. So for all the Catholic faithfuls all over the world, wherever they are, we wish them well, and the new Pope. To your question about the leaders, the Kenyan people have been in this, and service delivery is key to everybody. The leaders who were elected, they were elected by the Kenyan citizens. And there are those promises which were made. There are those manifestos which the leaders had read to them. One of them was to give them service. So the Kenyans are just against what the services they've been receiving. That is why they are fighting their leaders, and they're saying, like, whatever we thought we could be, because there were expectations in this leadership. People were on platforms asking for positions so that they could serve them. But now when you get the Kenyan people are saying, in this regard, we are not getting the services that we projected. That is where you get that there is a mismatch. The leaders and the Kenyan people. And that is why now there is that the leaders who are in position, they should pull up their socks. They should actually trace and detract of what they are doing. Because like now in Nairobi, we have a big problem, maybe for environment, maybe for water, maybe for employment. And those issues were tackled. They talked and promised the Kenyan, the Nairobians, that once I'm elected, maybe MP, maybe MCS, I'll do ABCD. But now the doing is not working. And that is where the conflict is there with the leaders and the citizenry.
Before you gave out, you gave Sir a chance maybe to speak. it mean that it is all about resources that are not sufficient? That's why maybe leaders are failing to deliver.
There are two things to that one. One, resources may be in some aspect. If you look into that one, and then we are also talking about resources from the national government, resources from the county government. Then the lobbying, the priority. What are the priority projects as a leader that you are taking forward? Because today, if they tell you like maybe the national government is giving 20 billion, like in the county government for Nairobi, we are supposed to get 22 billion. If we get 22 billion, we have to raise our own source of revenue to almost the same amount. So if these resources come, it is about what are the projects that are the priorities to the people first. Because you might even get all the money that you require, but there is no prioritizing of projects and what needs to be done. So the leaders, what they have failed to do, because we are not going to steal resources, we create resources. If leaders can be lobbying genuinely and having priority projects at their heart, that is where we get it wrong. You can have a lot of resources, enough resources, and you do nothing. Because we have seen like some of the members of parliament, if you look at their profile, what they have performed for now 2 years, some of them, they have done so well. So you are like, is it that this particular member of parliament is given a certain priority, is given some money more than the other one? Because the allocation is done. There are some factors to compare, to consider when you are just allocating resources. So our leaders have not put the priority projects, have not put the people they serve on their hearts so that they could see the first thing, like, for example, you talk about health. Before you do anything, you have to think about health. Then you talk about education. Then you come to food. Now, these are the priority things. Like me, as a candidate who is going for my senatorial position in Nairobi, in Nairobi County, what you look at, health first. And the health starts with the environment. If the environment is clean, people are healthy. They can't go to hospital. But if the environment is polluted every left and right, people will be sick, people will be going to hospital, and if there are no medicine in hospital, that is where the challenge comes. Then you get the people are complaining that the leaders are not doing enough as promised in their manifesto.
Maybe, sir, if we can, what are you going to say about that?
Let me put it in Kiswahili so that people can get it right.
Yes.
My friend, Felix. Tumekosa viongozi katika taifa la Kenya. Wale watu wa Kenya wako nao ni wanasiasa. Na wanasiasa wanaangalia masuala tofauti tofauti. Mwanasiasa ambaye yuko katika current state of the country today, we are talking about 2022 election to 2027 elections. Mwananchi ambaye yuko hapa ama mwanasiasa ambaye yuko hapa ni mwanasiasa ambaye anaangalia atakula nani, atakula nini na atajinufaisha aje mwenyewe. Tumekuwa na ukosefu wa viongozi wanaoangazia maslahi ya wananchi. Wanasiasa wanasahau ile manifesto. Imekuwa kwamba manifesto ni kasumba ya uongo ya kuweza kuchochea wananchi ili wawachague kama viongozi. Mfano, if the president leads from negative, trust me, the members of parliament will lead from that negative. If the president promises heaven, delivers nothing, trust me, the members of parliament will suit the same. The county members of parliament will do the same. Now this will bring confusion. Kenyans will not see the sense of electing leaders going forward. My brother, if today governor angefanya kulingana na ile manifesto ambaye aliambia wananchi, rais afanye kulingana na ile manifesto aliambia wananchi, trust me, MCAs lazima angefanya hivyo. Because hii pesa yenye inafanya maendeleo yaonekani ni pesa ambayo sisi wapiga kura, sisi wananchi tunatoa tax. The same politician akona biashara ameepa kulipa ushuru. The same politician akona biashara alipi revenue kwa serikali. Leo hii
sisi wananchi tunaambiwa, tunalia kwamba hospitali hakuna madawa. The same politician anapeleka, yeye ako na medical cover, watoto wake wako na medical cover, ule mama mboga mwenye tulikampenia. And I want to tell this on face of the president. Mimi nilikuwa mwana UDA member. Mimi nilikuwa candidate ya UDA. Ndugu yangu, uongo inaanzia hapa. Tukapromise kwamba bottom up empowerment is real. Tukasunguka kitu kilikuwa kinaitwa counties chapter, talking about business, talking about empowerment. Nionyeshe mama mboga mwenye alii leo hii. Tukazungumzia kwamba watu wa bodaboda watakuwa priority. Mheshimiwa Rais leo hivi vile tunaongea, aongelee kuhusu watu wa bodaboda. I thought Mheshimiwa Rais atasema, na watu wa bodaboda with the experience they have, wacha niite mkutano ya watu wa bodaboda tufanye kwanza kitu kinaitwa security enhancement. Hao watu waweze kuelimishwa vile ambavyo hii kazi yao ya bodaboda wanaweza kuishi kwa mambo ya usalama, vile wanaweza kupata riding licenses, vile wanaweza kuonyeshwa mambo ya protective gears, ili tuweze kuadvance hii bodaboda itoke tu ni bodaboda ya kawaida, but bora ikue ni biashara. I want to appreciate what the late Rais Mwai Kibaki did. He brought this bodaboda, but politicians are politicking around this bodaboda. Leo hii mwanasiasa akitaka kuwa famous, watu wa bodaboda kuja, shika shilingi 500 nisungushe. Tunamalizana nao, tunawadampu hapo. And I want to call upon watu ya bodaboda. It is high time now, mwanasiasa akitaka kuja kuwatumia, mumufanyie kitu. Musaini kitu kinaitwa memorandum of understanding. Mimi nitakusaidia wewe kupopularize, nyinyi mtasimama aje na sisi, ndio tuweze kupambana na hawa wanasiasa. Kuna kitu umesema kuhusu mambo ya rais, bado namkumbusha. Mheshimiwa Rais amekumbuka kuna watu waliita mama mboga. For you to stand on a platform to talk about this mama mboga, mimi ningependa kujua Mheshimiwa Rais amejenga soko ngapi zenye ziko complete kwa saa hii miaka 2.5. Wanasiasa wamezoea kasumba moja. Wanaanzisha project, wanaifanya 40%, wanapakisha 60%, wanaifanya kama political tool for the election. But I want to thank Kenyans, wamefunguka macho. Sasa round hii si manifesto, sasa ni round hii ni tumalizane, utusaini MOU ni nini utatufanyia, failure to which we take you to court. Yes.
Kuna hii issue yenye, it's okay, I can start with you. Kuna hii issue yenye some of the members of parliament from Bungoma County have questioned the lease of the Nzoia sugar company to Tycoon Gachagua'S. Now, what do you really think maybe the president is up to by doing this? Is it because now maybe in the country we have no any individual who can run the company to an extent, maybe he can decide to give it to somebody else, or okay, what can you say about that?
About the leasing,
is decision right, and if it is maybe at some point right, what is the
we have been having a problem with the sugar companies in Kenya after Moi's departure. It has not been managed properly the way it is supposed. Because sometimes you look at the country, you get that we import so many metric tons of sugar and our factories are lying down and they are dry. One, the only problem we have in Kenya is corruption. Corruption at a different level. Corruption which has gone to every institution everywhere. In fact, it is in our blood. That is why we are just destroying everything completely. About the sugarcane companies in Western. Me, I will just support this. If one, public participation will be done to its conclusion, so that the people can understand the reason behind. Because there are those rules for leasing, and if the members of the public are engaged, you know that what they always say is better you have half bread more than having a full bread which doesn't taste anything. So the leasing is not bad, but what is the end game? How is it going to benefit the common mwananchi, the people who are there who are supposed to benefit from the same industry? If public participation can be done all the legal channels to be followed. Me, I support that one. So that you see, when you get a factory which is run by an individual, that person is after profit. He has to manage it properly. He has to pay the workers properly so that he can also get some work done. Workmanship has to be done that the best way. But if it is for government, they will always say industry in serikali, na all the time you see we are running into debts all the time because the monies are coming. Like I remember last time, the money which was given like 5 billion to some of these industries. Then after 1 year down the line, you ask what is the production. That is why farmers are just disorganized, they are annoyed. But if they will be given a chance to participate in public participation, me, I supported the leasing of the Nini. Yeah, it is not about the individual. You know, it is about the process. Because today, if I might maybe want to get that industry listed to me, am I capable of running that industry? Yes. You know, when it is an individual's property, corruption ceases to some level. But if the industry is managed by government, you'll always be giving money, patieni pesa, hii industry kuna madeni, farmers have not been paid, and once they've been paid, I remember there was a clip, one member of the parliament said, tuna supply miwa kwa hiyo factory and we have not been paid. Alafu hiyo member of parliament alikuwa anasema, ukikuja kwa factory kama hakuna sukari, kama hujalipwa pesa, tutakulipa oil. Ile oil uende diesel, uende kuweka kwa tractor, ulime tena miwa ingine. Sasa wafanyikazi walikuwa wanauliza hata hii wakulima tutapeleka oil kwa shule ndio tusomeshe watoto because of corruption. So we can't keep on giving the industry pesa kutoka kwa national treasury tuwapatia 5 billion, 2 billion inaende na anguka. If leasing is the best way, and that is the way we can make profit, and farmers can be happy so that they are paid their dues in time, I support it.
But sir, I haven't heard you say maybe about the history and the image behind this company. Are they good people? You know, at some point we don't need maybe to give those individuals who can at some point run in the name of the country.
Some of the
You can't say that because you can't say that because already huyu ashaingia kwa hii ukora hii huyu uongo. Mheshimiwa Pius, sorry for cutting you short. Wewe nikikuangalia mheshimiwa, na miaka yako huwezi fananishwa na watu ya Gen Z. Miaka yako saa hii wewe ulikuwa katika uongozi wa Moi. Moi alikuwa anatumia dawa gani kurani Pyrethrum Company? Moi alikuwa anatumia dawa gani kurani KCC mambo ya maziwa? Because mimi nakumbuka nikiwa kijana mdogo tulikuwa tunapeleka maziwa kwa society, tunaenda tunapima, and it was doing well. It sponsors some of us. Moi, wakati wa Moi akiwa rais, tulikuwa na parastatals zilikuwa zinafanya kazi. Tulikuwa na posta ilikuwa inafanya kazi. Tulikuwa na uchumi ilikuwa inafanya kazi. What has changed now that politicians ama mwanasiasa akiingia kwa uongozi anataka kuweka vitu mingi into privatization, anasahau kwamba the government can run. Kuna mahali amesema kwamba ukipea watu serikali kirani kitu inafanya there's a lot of relaxation. My friend, listen and listen good. The only problem that William Samoei Ruto has with this government of his, yenye tuliamuka asubuhi, turaku tukaichagua, is to reward politicians. The major problem we did ni to reward friends and politicians. When you have technocrats running an institution, trust me, the technocrats will have to do their best to ensure that they have delivered, not for legacy on matters to do with political marriage, but they will deliver legacy on matters to do with service delivery. Mimi najua mikora iko hii Kenya. Mambo ya sukari hatujaanza kuiongelea jana. Tumeanza kuiongelea kwa second term of His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Wakati watu walianza kuonyesha interest, politicians are running to make money, and very black money, for their own benefit and their families, forgetting that hiyo miwa iko hapo, Kuna wamama na wazee wenye wanakanyaga chini, wameacha shamba zao, wangepanda mahindi watoto wakule, wameweka miwa because imewalea na wameona shosho na guka zao wakipanda hiyo miti. So they have inherited through that business. There is some people in those areas mahali sukari inamea in Bungoma that are beneficiaries of that. Wanasiasa wameona kwamba hao watu wakiendelea wanaendelea kujibenefit kama community. There is some politicians who have a mentality, a very black, bad mentality ya kutaka kujienrich wao wenyewe wakiua parastatals. And we know them. Soon we will name them. Look here. Hii mambo ya kusema eti kuna individual wako pale, we want to know his Rai. We want to have a profile of Rai. We want to know what Rai has done in his country that can promote or can convince Kenyans that Rai is the best person to be given this business for him to run. We must be convinced, and this has to do, hapo mahali ameguza mheshimiwa ameuza mambo ya public participation. We want to get into deep part of public participation. Sio ile public participation ilifanywa. Unajua Kenya hii watu wanaamuka, watu wako na ujuaji mingi sana hii Kenya. Mtu anaamuka asubuhi, anarusha makaratasi, anasema amefanya public participation. For this one, and I want to tell the president plus those people around the president, for this one ya sukari, we must do thorough public participation kule mashinani, ndio yule mama ambaye ni beneficiary ya sugar aweze kuona umuhimu ya hiyo. Lastly,
labda ningekujibu hapo kidogo kabla mheshimiwa. Yes.
Nataka pia kuuliza. Yes. There is this information yenye alijaribu kupeana aje, if possible. Ingekuwa kwa public participation whereby even wananchi wangekuwa so free kupatiwa information yenye inaweza wa convince kwanza wa understand the reason behind this issue.
President William Ruto, my friend, I was in UDA and I was on those charter hall meetings. President William Ruto, during his campaign, tulisunguka every county kufanya charter hall conversation, engaging wananchi on what they want if we take over power. What has changed? Is the president too busy to create time for the people who voted for him? Is the president not able? Juzi amefanya mambo ya charter hall meetings when you want to visit a county. What is so hard for the president to do the same? Afanye charter hall meeting, aeleze, and the president also should be a good listener. He can't be the advisor, he can't be the leader, he can't be giving instructions, directions. He also must listen from Kenyans. Na wale wenye wanapangia president wasituletee vibaraka wenye beneficiary ama ni proxies wa hii sukari. Wananchi waitwe, kila mtu na shamba yake, watu wanajulikana. You know those people, they know themselves. Waitwe kwa mkutano led by the leader, members of parliament, wakuwe hapo, public participation ifanywe. I don't understand why the members of parliament can be in parliament mpaka saa 7 usiku ama saa 8 to do one business. Maybe to impeach somebody. I don't want to know who was impeached. It's not my business. But to do something that is not beneficial to Kenyans, but ikose kukaa chini kuongelea about this sugar yenye inalisha millions of people, including ourselves. We know some individuals who are bringing sugar from Uganda. We know some individuals who are bringing sugar from outside. They want to kill these industries so that their business of selling sugar in this country can proceed. And I want to tell the president, if you want the second term, he must run away, not even walk away. Run away from these individuals because they will mess him very soon. My friend, the Rai we are talking about, it is the same procedure that I'm seeing today. And I want to warn President because he's my friend. We supported him. He has my vote. I woke up very in the morning to vote and also convinced my people from Westland to vote for him. Look here. Are we not, hatukuwa na shida hapa JKI? We had a problem of somebody called, don't pretend you don't know. Adan was there, Adan deal. When people started talking about Adan deal is fake, it's a scam. Watu wenye walikuwa beneficiaries walianza kukataza kutupeleka left right. What happened later? Mr. President, my good friend, if you want the second term, Adani deal tulimalizana nayo and you confirmed that hii tumemalizana nayo. We want to know this Rai, provide the profile of the Rai. Let's do our due diligence about Rai, what he has done in his country, what benefits has brought, maybe by partnering with other people, and let the people of those regions accept on basis of convinced by the government how they are going to be beneficiary of this. If that not so, then the president must tell us wakati alienda kwa hizo counties alipeana pesa za kufanya nini. I thought the president was to give money to uplift the companies sijisimamie. If the president today can say, I've fired political advisors wangu and I've reduced, why is it so hard for the president to also those people, those managers who have been there, who have been running those companies? Meona a few they have been taken, but you can't tell me out of those companies only 6 are going home. We want to, and we can't be every time tuna paralyze sectors ndio tuondoe watu tuweke watu wetu. That must stop.
What can you say about that? Kuna kitu yenye ulikuwa unataka kumjibu?
Nilikuwa nataka kumjibu hivi. My support comes on one condition. If these farmers are involved, wenye wanapanda miwa, these are the farmers who knows what exactly needs to be done. Because then, even, yes. Yes.
Even there is an information here.
Yes.
Like, led by
Gachagua'S. Yes.
Majimbo Kalasinga and his Bumula counterpart, Jack Wamboka, the MPs claimed the lease was against the will of the people. Now, if the lease was against the will of the people, then maybe can we just assume that the president is right?
You see, yes, tell Mheshimiwa to keep quiet. Because now, let us look at it critically. Who are the beneficiaries here? They are the farmers and the Kenyan people. Now, when if the lease is against the wish, you should not force. That is what I said first. I will support this one if it is positively working and impacting on the farmers. Because the farmers, if you are running an institution, you know the way the government runs the institution. Now, I wanted to kumbusha Mheshimiwa that nowadays, we even know the numbers of farmers wenye wamekuwa registered in this new regime, yenye wanasema kama ni kupata ile fertilizers, they know how to get them. So the same farmers, if they are brought to the public participation, alafu wapatiwe sasa nafasi ya kuchieleza. If they will say, we are not after and we don't want to, the government has to look for another alternative. They should not force the people that now we have to lease it. Because the first...
the same government fake fertilizer.
What we are saying, this the same government, you know, let us take an issue after an issue. One after the other. Because you might be, maybe like the 2 years you have performed very well in certain parameters, we should also be able to say, we give credit where it is. Because now, if you say that this government has not done anything good, not that I'm supporting the government, but I'm just saying, where you have done well, we should just, that is where the conversation is there, that to lease or not to lease. You know, this is the conversation which has been created because of performance and the non-performance of the government. That is why if the government was doing completely well, this conversation could not have been just on board. But now we are talking about, will the government manage this one? How has the government managed the running of the factories for all this time that the government has been in place? If the government is not performing, then we can know what to do. Because at the end of the day, you know, it is about the service delivery. If the farmers, with my position will be, the farmers are the stakeholders of this. Because if the government forces people that we have to lease this one, and the farmers don't plant sugarcane, the government will have nothing to do. So if the participation will be done well, and if the farmers, the percentage of agreeing, if the farmers will agree and give a nod to the government, let them lease. But if the government will be told and you have been shut down that we don't want to lease, then still the government has a mandate to look for a way again of running these factories. Because we need sugar. The bottom line is we need sugar. And the farmers who are just planting sugar there, they need also money. They have their big farms where they're doing this business. So the government has an obligation. If this public participation fails, and if it is with politics in it, because everything in Kenya, we look at it from a political angle. Everything is a political angle. We have to, if we live like Mheshimiwa, you say the technocrats. These technocrats and the professionals, they need time, a field to excel. They don't want politics. But now the problem we always do, we just bring a technocrat, we put him in that place, and then now we micromanage through politics. And then what does the professional do? He leaves and says, now, government, thank you so much. I can even work in a private sector. But my calling to the government and to the president of the day, please listen to wananchi on the ground who are the farmers so that you can get the best, because I know the president maybe wants to give the best to the Kenyan people. Now listen to them, because those are your customers.
Now that one you can agree. Thank you so much. There is this issue whereby Mheshimiwa ulisema that at some point President William Ruto anaka yule mwenye aezi skiza na at some point kupatiwa advice kwa kinakaa kukumu kidogo. Can you say something about that?
I want to substantiate.
Wait, is it because can we just assume that hata wale watu wengine walijaribu kukama hapo akakataa kuwasikiza kwanza?
You know, you can't be smart in everything. You can be smart, but you can't be smart over everybody. Na sio mimi nimesema hii maneno. It is on public domain. The former CS
business. Maybe to impeach somebody. I don't want to know who was impeached. It's not my business. But to do something that is not beneficial to Kenyans, but ikose kukaa chini kuongelea about this sugar yenye inalisha millions of people, including ourselves. We know some individuals who are bringing sugar from Uganda. We know some individuals who are bringing sugar from outside. They want to kill these industries so that their business of selling sugar in this country can proceed. And I want to tell the president, if you want the second term, he must run away, not even walk away. Run away from these individuals, because they will mess him very soon. My friend, the Rai we are talking about, it is the same procedure that I'm seeing today. And I want to warn President, because he's my friend. We supported him. He has my vote. I woke up very in the morning to vote and also convince my people. Look here. Are we not, hatukuwa na shida hapa JKI? We had a problem of somebody called, don't pretend you
So
don't
we
know.
wish well all for our sugarcane countries.
Do you have any, do we have any information that at some point we could share with the farmers? Because at some point we can think that the president at the same time is trying to, yani ni kama kufinya wakulima, but at the same time there is some of the aspects that the farmers are not achieving. That's why maybe he is trying to bring up other people or new ideas through other companies, even foreign countries, foreign investors, to just come and help these people. Do you think there's something like that one?
There is some negotiations going on so far. There are some partnerships with some fewer companies who will be doing the role of bringing the farmers on board to train them, even to teach them. There are so many groups which have come in so that they train even the class, the standard of growing the sugar canes and the way the sugar cane is supposed to be preserved and the way even the weeding is done. It is not a one-party show that is being done. Some of the meetings have been just conducted on the sub-location level, on the ward level, so that we sensitize those people who are just farmers, purely farmers. Because most of these farmers, even when you call them to one of the town hall meetings, most of them, they don't come. Some of them cannot even come. But the younger people now who are taking off are the ones who can just come and ask questions, because some of these farmers are our parents. Some have grown old. So the information which is going on the ground, that the public participation will come, that is good. That is a positive one. Let those people who are there on the hard region, sugar region, come and ask hard questions. Nowadays, I think we have the young generation. People who wants to know more, that they can also participate. If it is positive for them, they just support. If it is not positive, let them stand clear. I say, Your Excellency the President, the intention you have is good, but the end result, we are not supporting it. That is my position.
Let me finish, crown this down, the issue to do with sugar. I want to call the members of parliament from these regions that are either going to be affected positively or they're going to be affected negatively, because the majority of it, as always, is all negative. I'm calling upon the members of parliament from these areas. Please come out. My people, don't be subjected to lies. Come out, because I want to tell the members of parliament, msipoambia wafanyikazi ambao ni wakulima wa miwa kule kwenu ukweli kwa sasa, trust me, they'll come for you. Na hiyo kiti mtakuwa either mmeserve for that 5 years, whoever that is serving for the first 5 years, ama whoever that is serving, even if it's 10 years, that will be your last year. Come out, stand with your people, let's have public participation. Mr. President, listen to the Kenyans, what they are saying, especially wale wakulima wa pande ile, because they are the ones who come from that region. Regardless, you want to bring a very good change for them. It is them who have born and grown in that region, understanding about the business of sugar. All of us, we are beneficiaries of sugar company, because sometimes we have missed to see Zoya sugar in our shelves. We have missed to see Mumias sugar in our shelves in supermarkets. Nowadays, what we are seeing is local package of, you get that this is a supermarket, iko na sukari yake inaitwa. So even if today you get, maybe there is a problem with the sugar, you can't subject anyone, because hiyo sukari labda imewekwa kwa karatasi ya kaki. Who will you ask? Who will you question about the sugar? So Mimi, what I want to call upon the people of Mumias, and I want to tell those governors and the neighboring governors, please, my good people, don't politicize this thing. Because some are politicizing, some they are getting they are looking for political marriage. Wananchi wenzangu, my friend, don't subscribe to these politicians. Stand strong, come out clear, and let nobody intimidate you when you are talking about. Let and I repeat, let nobody intimidate you when you are talking about your benefit as an individual. After all, these politicians, they have self-interest. You as a farmer have your self-interest because you have children. You as a farmer, come out. Let it, afadhali tufanye maandamano mpaka Yesu arudi until we get the right thing.
Thank you so much. I think that was your last part.
Yes, on matters to do with the sugar.
Yeah, on matters. Yeah, we have closed that one.
What can you say on matters concerning the sugar?
On matters concerning the sugar, I started by saying that public participation in the right way, legally done, and all the people to participate. You agree with the system, then it is leased. You don't agree, it doesn't make sense to you, you stop it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
And they honor, the politicians, they must honor what Kenyans are saying. Politicians, they must honor. And by the way, wananchi, msibebu akili na hawa wanasiasa. Stand strong. Na mkiwa mmeweka msimamo, simama ngangari. Hakuna mtu atakuzia uoga. Kama ni assassination tumezoea. Kama ni mambo ya abduction tumezoea. But we will not be abducted, all of us. We will not be assassinated, all of us. At least we remain, our voice will remain that will heckle that indeed we stood by our people.
Indeed, we stood by
Our people.
Unaongezea?
No, it's okay, it's okay. Tumemaliza hiyo ya sugar. We have advised them and that is what we stand for. Yes.
Kwa maneno machache tena mafupi nataka tuende out of the topic because mheshimiwa alisema like kuna mashughuli mingi kuhusiana na the announcement of this prominent person mwenye anaitwa Rigathi Gachagua. What can you say about that? Ana announce chama chake kesho.
Rigathi Gachagua wacha announce chama chake, wacha kila mtu awe na nyumba yake. Even Matiang'i is doing the same. Unajua sasa when we are coming to politics, kila mtu anataka kukuwa na power base yake. Unajua huwezi kusema eti mimi naenda kusimama uongozi mahali fulani, hauna nyumba, hauna wajumbe, because wajumbe wale watasimama kwa hiyo chama chako ndio watakupatia nguvu, ndio utaongoza vizuri. Because right now what you are saying in Kenya, any other new outfit in every circle, every election circle, Kenyans wanapendanga kusikia ni chama gani tunaenda, because they think like hii chama mpya ni mpya kwa viongozi. Viongozi ni wale wale, the same forest, but you see, the donkeys are, the monkeys are different. So, Gachagua akuje na chama yake. Na mheshimiwa Matiang'i na wewe, simama ngangari ukuje na chama yako. Tukisimama ndani tunasema tunasupport mimi na support mheshimiwa Matiang'i. I am supporting you, lakini nataka kujua uko na chama gani. Ni chama gani tunasimama? Tunaambia watu mimi nasimama Nairobi Senator. Tunaambia wananchi tunasimama na chama gani. Matiang'i ukae hapo because hii maneno ya kuenda kusimama kwa nyumba ya watu wakati kuna nyeshanga, hata kuna kuanga na jua, inaweza kuwa kuna faranda unataka kuweka mahali, uwezi kusongeza because hii nyumba ni ya wenyewe. So mheshimiwa Matiang'i, my brother from home, mimi nasimama Nairobi na wale wengine tunasimama na wao. We are ready to support you if you give us a party yenye naangalia nasema Matiang'i mheshimiwa anasimama na hii ndio manifesto yako. When you come to Nairobi, look for us, the leaders we are here, so that we know what is good for Nairobi and what is good for Kenya. Na mheshimiwa Gachagua na wewe simama na chama yako. Fungua hiyo chama kesho tuone, alafu zaidi tunaenda kwa uwanja, kila mtu ako na chama chake, alafu tukiongea kwa wananchi wataona what we stand for. Lakini uwezi sema unataka uongozi na una chama, sasa utaenda kuongoza wapi? Ama unaingia kwa nyumba ya wenyewe, wafuke hii daraja. Wakishafuka hiyo daraja watasema sasa mheshimiwa Edwin tunataka kufunga hii mlango, please can you excuse us? So bwana nani mtangazaji, utapata sasa unafungiwa nje. A leader with a vision. Come with your party. Let us see the party structure. Let us see how you administer the party management. That is how you can manage the Kenyan affairs. Lakini useme tumekuja kwa party nyingine, maybe kwa hizi clauses zingine party inasema ikifika miaka 2 nafanya election ya members. Watakuweka hapo, baada ya miaka 2 wakifuata ile constitution yao wanafanya election, wanakutupa nje. Utalilia nani? Have your own party, have your own structure, have your own policy. Simama kama mwanaume. We will choose which party to stand with when you have shown us which party you are coming with.
Anyway, thank you so much and I really appreciate for your time, sir. Okay.
I want to appreciate everybody who has a dream. You know, it's always good to have a dream. But I want to disassociate myself from people who have tribal politics. That one I'm off. Mheshimiwa wa Munyoro nani Rigathi amesema kwamba anatangaza chama chake. There is nothing new in these politicians, my friend Felix. There is nothing new in these politicians. These politicians are the same animals. The only difference with these people is the clothes they wear. You talk about Rigathi Gachagua. I will ask Rigathi Gachagua, when he was the deputy president for 2 years, what he did to his people. More especially utapata Rigathi Gachagua supported only his people. Now he want to brand himself and he'll brand himself as a very new entity in the Kenyan politics. The only thing I can appreciate Rigathi Gachagua he has done is to make himself headlines or news headlines every now and then. to appear on media and tell us every now and then what he thinks the president. Mr. Gachagua, if you want to read this country, my brother, wachana na siasa ya Ruto alifanya nini. Ongea ile yenye wewe ukiwa rais utafanya nini, because kesho natoa manifesto yako. Toa manifesto yako tuangalie. Yule mwingine anaitwa Matiang'i, my good friend. My good friend Matiang'i, walk on your own way. Build your own house, because bottom line of these things, Bwana Felix, is tribal. Hawa wanasema wote they are tribal. Kwani Wamunyora anatoka wapi na chama gani? Hiyo chama angalia kesho structure from the chairman, ukiangalia huko ndani watu ni wao wameweka. Ukikuja hii chama yenye nimeona Matiang'i nasunguka nayo ya Jubilee, iko na structures mpaka chini yenye iko na watu yao. Juu ni nani alianzisha chama hiki? Ni yeye. So utapata hata kwa manifesto ya Jubilee, vile ndugu yangu Pius amesema, manifesto ya Jubilee ina allow members wa Jubilee. So Bwana Matiang'i, if you want really, because the Gen Zs are for you, and your people, I don't know who you are going to join your hands with, but whoever you are going to join your hands with, you must come clear what you want to do for Kenyans. Actually, we have to thank God kwamba wewe hujawahi kuwa masiasa mingi apart from these political appointments as CS and all that. And to the president, finally, Mr. President, don't feel so bitter when people are criticizing you. Be a gentleman. You know, Mr. President, we want to remind you, for some of us who were in Jubilee, because me nimekuwa TNN, nimekuwa Jubilee. Mr. President, when Uhuru Kenyatta, as the former president, was criticizing your leadership, you kept quiet and did a gentle thing to do your politics politely. Nobody, in fact, Uhuru Kenyatta never interfered with you. He left you to do your politics. So whoever that is not comfortable with your leadership, kindly give him room. It is a democracy. We are in a democratic country. We are under the constitution. Let everybody exercise his duty. Why are you arresting people? Why are you sending officers to arrest people when they have a legitimate meeting to question your leadership? Mheshimiwa, if you want to go for second term, just leave people to yarn around. After all, mimi nashindwanga, who is the president competing with? Mr. President, who are you campaigning against currently? Mambo ya kusimama juu ya magari, punguza bro, punguza. Rudi back to the office, fanya kazi. You are the president at the moment. Fanya kazi. Tukujibu na hiyo kazi yako. Fanya kazi. Toka juu ya magari. Oh my friend, alikaa juu ya magari wakati wa campaign. Anakaa juu ya magari akiwa rais. Sasa wewe unapishana na nani?
Unajua mheshimiwa, lazima tukupatie kongole because that is what you gave us and that is what you published. na ukasema hawa ndio. So what we are saying, the campaign we are going for 2027, I'm talking about the Nairobians na Kenya mzima tunataka very peaceful elections and campaigns. Hii campaign yenye tunaenda 2027 ni campaign yenye iko na chansi, ni campaign iko na challenges mingi kwa Wakenya wanaumia, biashara iendi, biashara maisha ni ngumu. So ile kitu tunasema vijana, mushika ID cards, mukamate hiyo, mukae hapo karibu, na tena hata nyinyi mutokeze in a very big numbers. Alafu muchague hata vijana yenu. Musikuwe na ile question ya kusema eti huyu anatupatia nini, eti huyu ni nini sasa atatufanyia. Na wewe simama, ambia wale wenye unaenda kuongoza kwamba mimi sina pesa lakini niko na mwito. Niko na ile tamaa ya kusema nataka niwe kiongozi, nisimame munitukane, niseme this is what I will do, so that the chances now. Ukiangalia sisi kama sisi sasa akina mheshimiwa Edwin tutawaachia miaka mingi ya kukaa. Sisi tuko na miaka kidogo. So ambia your chances that it is only not about social media fights. It is about positive networking on this country, because we don't have any country apart from Kenya. Let them come out. Mission yenu ya kwanza ni kuchukua ID. Na ya pili na kupiga kura. Hamuna mission nyingine.
No, hapo kwa kupiga kura.
Hamuna mission nyingine.
Tunajua mwenye tunasimamisha kazi.
Yes, na mwenye mnapatia kazi. Lakini mwenye mtaandika kazi naye msiseme unajua mheshimiwa sasa imefika miaka 2 mnaanza kusema we didn't know. Chensi simama, hata kama kijana na kanyaga chini hana kitu. Does that person have a vision? Does he have somewhere he will take us? Sasa kama sisi Nairobians hatutaki politics from asubuhi mpaka jioni. Tunataka service delivery. Tunataka senator yule anasikiza wananchi. Yule anatembea kwa hizi vijiji vile tumetembea Nairobi yote. Mimi nimetembea all the 85 wards. 17 sub-counties, kusikiza wakina mama, kusikiza vijana, kusikiza this boda, kusikiza business people. What is it that they need on a daily basis? Si eti kufanya kila kitu ni politics. Nairobi is our country. Kenya is our business, the only country we have, the only country we love, and we must have the right leaders. Kenyans wanaenda kwa debe, wanapiga kura. Wakimaliza the second day baada ya swearing in, wanaanza kusema Mheshimiwa Nyakundi, sasa unajua wewe hatukujua nini na nini. Kuna kitu huwa inakuja hapa katikati. Inawa confuse mpaka mtu anasema hata mimi sijui nilipigia nani. Then why did you go to vote? And then when we have such a problems complaining about the performance of leaders from every angle, tunasema eti nini nilichagua hata sijui ni nani. So uwezi kumpeleka mahali because alisema shughuli ya mko kanichagua. Kuna kitu hapo katikati inakuchanga, sitaki kuitaja mheshimiwa, ile na convincing watu. So Gen Z's, this time is your time, kuja na kitambulisho, vote for the right leadership.
Anyway, thank you so much. Naona hapa ninaambiwa muda wangu umekwisha, and by the way, some of the fans appreciate sana, wanasema you guys thank you so much for this. Sasa kama huyo anaitwa David K anasema Felix, thank you for bringing those brilliant minds before the camera. Appreciate. Yeah. Mwingine anasema ni anaitwa nani huyu? Anaitwa Jocelyn. Anasema thank you so much for your information. We really appreciate. So guys, we really appreciate you also for joining us, and at some point I want to say that this is not the only time you are going to see these faces. They are some of the individuals who are much focused to help people. Vile mmesikia wamewambia mission ni hizo zenye walitanja. It is your time to take maybe your own responsibility to go and seek for those kuras and identification cards. So thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate. This was Kenya News Alert TV. This is the art and home of politics. Bye.
Thank you.
I really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.